And welcome back to the Social Complex Podcast. That's right, your boys. We're back in the building. Got another good fly episode for y'all today. We got some guests in the building. We'll introduce them in a little bit. Want to shout out Marche. She couldn't make it to this episode. She's on vacation.
Boot up.
Hold on.
There you go. He already started. 30 seconds. We ain't hit 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Shout out Marche. We'll see you on the next time. Have fun wherever you at. Yeah, it's Hoochie short season. My boy P-Body got him on. Flex on him. But yeah, we're glad to be back. I know we've been away for a while. Just, life sometimes hits.
Facts.
You gotta handle shit. So,
Facts.
But we back. How you feeling, man? You happy to be back in here?
It's officially Heaux season,
That's not what I asked you, but okay.
I'm back. Yes, it's officially Heaux single.
Go ahead.
But nah, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy. You know why? So
I'm gonna call you Bachelor Pad P. That's your
wow. Anyway, so I'm happy to be back.
Am I lying though?
Wow, you're petty. We have two lovely guests with us today. As a matter of fact, that's how I got my whole season.
Quick pivot, right?
But we have, of course, from the ActUp, we have Ashley, of course.
Hi. Hey guys. Thank you for having us here.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
And of course, we have China.
What up?
So go ahead and let people know who you are.
Go ahead, sis. You go ahead and go first.
Well, I am one half of the lovely, luxurious ActUp podcast. Okay.
Yes.
I go by Chai. And this is my girl. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Good job, sis. I'm Ashley. So I'm the other half of the ActUp podcast. So, we just here to act up, get some people in line.
And where are you ladies from?
So I'm originally from Houston.
Okay.
I was raised in Memphis and Tennessee, but I came back out here to the H. So I've been back here probably since high school.
She had to get back to what was real.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
My roots. That's right.
You from Houston as well?
Born and raised.
Okay. That's what's up. What side of town though? That's important.
Ooh, that side of town is important.
Ooh.
So
Can't say north side.
here's the deal. Like with
Calm
most
down,
people
bro.
from Houston, you probably were raised in more than one neighborhood. That's the thing.
Agreed.
So I had a lot of my upbringing on more like the southeast side of Houston. So you can say South Park, Sunnyside.
Go ahead,
My
rip your
grandmother
hood,
stayed in the Gulf Gate area.
Okay.
And then, eventually moms got the coins together and uprooted us and moved us on up to Most City, Texas. So that's
Mo
where I've
City.
been ever since.
Most city where the ladies is pretty. Is that what y'all saying?
I've never heard that one.
You've never heard that?
Nah.
It's my city where the girl's so pretty. Yeah.
Come on, P.
Yeah.
I almost had it right.
Never heard that.
She said ladies.
You was
Cool.
there, sis, but this one over here, talking about he never heard it.
Where are you from?
Okay.
Not from Mo City.
Yeah.
What's
I grew-
here?
North side.
That
Damn.
explains it all.
Damn.
What that mean?
That explains it all. I still
Wow.
gotta have my GPS on when I go up there.
Bro, like the north side is a whole different route, bro. It's not the south side. When you go to the north side, your windows gotta stay up. Your doors gotta be locked.
Wait, in his defense, what side north? Northwest or north?
Northeast. I grew up in Humble.
Oh, that's a good side.
Okay.
It's cool.
Not too shady.
Every time I visit a girl up there, I send my cousin my location to make sure I make it back home safe. Every time.
Drop in.
Every time. But no, let's get right into it. I want to actually continue off where y'all started last night. What does y'all whole season look like?
Go ahead, sis.
What?
Take it to
That's your icebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, press
the-
that
What's your best whole season of all time?
Oh, man.
Wow. When was my best host season? So, I didn't even disclose that on our show last night. We actually
Just
have
tell us
that.
the year. Because I want to know where I was during this time.
Wow.
I mean, I was there, but I want to know what
It
was
wasn't the one, because
I've kind of had a couple host seasons.
I was listening to the live earlier today because I missed it last night. I apologize, but I think I caught a piece. You said you were getting money from several men.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to.
So
speak.
for me, it was, when I say it was kind of crazy,
Iceberg.
it got to the point to where my coworkers, like literally, they knew like I was on a schedule because like I literally was going on dates like crazy. Like I had breakfast dates before my shift started work. Then I have somebody come pick me up for lunch. Then I would have someone take me out to dinner.
This is while you at work?
I mean,
She had a Rolodex.
I literally it was
a Holodex.
But hold on, what year was this?
Some boom, boom, bam. I would probably have to say like 2017, 2018.
That's about when mine was.
Yeah.
Like your best years?
2017,
I wouldn't say best years, but it was
fun. It was I was free. You know?
Wait.
There's no strings attached, nothing too crazy, you know? Don't come looking for me, I'm not looking for you. Type thing.
It's like that.
But enough about me. I want to hear about y'all's whole season, gentlemen.
Marcus?
I ain't had a whole season.
You've never had a whole season, fam.
I said I ain't had one. Let me finish.
Oh, okay.
I ain't had one since 20.
You went to TSU, so I know you had some good ones.
Oh, TSU? You was on the Tiger Walk?
Yeah, because I played football there. So.
Okay.
Whole season.
This dream.
Don't judge.
No judgment.
There's a lot of judgment.
I done heard some stuff about that Tiger Walk.
Huh?
So I done heard some stuff about the Tiger Walk.
I bet you have. I've seen plenty on the Tiger Walk.
Oh.
Okay. I would say I don't even know if it was a summer or not, but it was a point. It was like 09. I'm telling my age. It was like 09. I was messing around, talking to two women at the same time, and had one spend the night, got up.
Preach.
So and the other one wanted to come over. So I had my boy, I was living with, I don't know if you know Sean. I don't know if you remember him or not, but that's what I was living with.
Yeah.
Went into his room. I had him. I was like, yo, we got to make up a story. I need to get old girl out of here.
Look at this shiesty.
Because
this is
I got such and such coming over. So we made up a story about having to go bail one of our homeboys out of jail.
Oh, Lord.
So the girl got up, we got up. We left, she left. We just zipped around the corner.
Yeah.
When she dipped off, got on 288, we went back to the crib and the other girl came over.
Smart man.
That's,
Wow.
Nothing too major.
Where my notepad is?
Did you clean up the evidence,
Elise?
Did you clean up, like the evidence?
Yeah.
Like a lint roller?
The hair, the strap.
No,
he don't find strands of hair. Every
I have
time.
the automatic spray every 30
Make sure
minutes.
She ain't no hoops and no earrings.
Yeah, do a lint roller, bro. Have a spray.
But I cleaned up, but I ain't had no lint roller.
Make sure the bathroom, there's no makeup, there's no hair inside the drainage. Make sure all that.
Make sure she ain't leave her lotion or nothing over there.
Toothbrush.
No lavender sitting lotion.
I wasn't none of that.
Oh, he said wasn't none of that.
That's what's up.
Okay, Social P.
Interesting.
Y'all best whole season.
I got 3, 14, 16.
Summer 16.
And 17 before I started, going downhill.
Oh, so you have experiences.
All the time.
Hold on, what's going downhill? What that mean?
Baby mama drama.
Oh,
yeah. Downhill from there. Never go to Dallas. But
don't have to tell us twice.
That's where I learned how to, like I said, buy a lint roller, spray, make sure that they never leave anything in the bathroom. What you bring with you here, you take with you out.
But hold on, I got a question. Yeah. Do you feel that you're having to do all this because you're not being very upfront about expectations? No. Because it sounds like she's coming in there expecting, I'm the only one that's going to be in this space. But
they want to keep the hoes happy.
But you can keep the hoes happy by being a player instead of being a hoe.
Because I'm like,
if you be a player.
17, I was being honest. 14, I was being honest. 16, nah. I was having too much fun. And, we have a roster.
It's that thrill.
And you have a team.
So I'm starting to see that lying is beneficial for y'all or kind of shading the truth.
So
let you clean it up. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, because no, she's not wrong, but I'm gonna say in 09, I was a younger man. I was different mentality, So
the more pussy, the merrier.
Of course.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like every man gotta get it. Every man has to get it out their system too.
My older, mature man brain now, I would if I'm dating more than one. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. Back in 09, I was 20, 23, 24, whatever.
By any means necessary.
That's a different mindset. It's a different time.
Yeah.
I was just running wild in the streets all the time. didn't have no real responsibility. So it's different, yes. But now, be honest.
I just like to clean up so no questions are ever asked. Even though they may know, okay, he's dibbling and dabbling.
I'm not the only one.
I don't want you to ask any questions.
Okay.
So it's more of a respect. I'm not going to have you lay down and there's, belongings of somebody else there. You may know that I'm dealing with somebody else, but you don't see it.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie, though, because, women pay attention to that type of shit.
They do.
Even if they're not even looking for anything serious with a man, you still can pay attention. Okay, well, I already know he's definitely somebody I'm never going to take serious because I've seen that before. I've been to men's cribs and I've seen hair and I'm like, ugh. Okay.
The pink shower gel.
You couldn't even.
You look in the shower, I'm like.
When a woman asks to go to your restroom, best believe she's searching.
I'm looking under cabinets. I'm looking at behind the shower curtain.
I'm looking for the quality of woman you messing with. You got Summer's Eve. I'm about to be like, still using that.
Go ahead, Marcus.
No, I was gonna say, the guy you were talking about, did you know he was dating other women beside you, or that's how you found out?
I think it was pretty early on. So I remember the first time that I did go to his crib, kind of like what Social P was saying, when you in that bathroom for the first time by yourself, it's like free game. So that first time, but when I saw that, it kind of let me know, okay, clearly somebody was probably here last night or this morning.
So are y'all saying that if he's a clean man and a holy man, and y'all just chilling, y'all may put him number one because he's clean?
No, but it's just have some class about it. You know what I mean?
Dang, I got a woman coming over here. Women are innately normally clean.
Yeah, because I feel like when you leave the evidence there, it's okay, you clearly don't even give a fuck. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's
free game.
Right, free game. Write that down.
Write that down.
So
like back in my single days, because I'm a clean freak. I'm an OCD.
Most definitely.
So that was like a plus for me when dating women. If when they would get to that point where she would come over, and she'd see my spot is spotless.
He's so clean.
That was it. Yeah, that
girl. His apartment was
immaculate.
Girl.
Men could benefit from that. That's a point in your favor, kind of. If you really clean. So
that's some African artifacts, some black artwork.
Oh, that's what you got going
all the time.
So y'all enjoyed your Heaux season.
Bachelor Pad P.
Wow.
Did you enjoy your Heaux seasons? You had 3 of them.
Just so we get 3.
Yeah, man. My Heaux seasons were immaculate. I think you were there for some of them towards the later part.
Yes.
So yeah, it was it was a good ride. But got caught up and I'm here now. New man, changed man. So yeah, that's what's up. But anyway, so we're talking about, Heaux seasons, of course, and what makes a person a hoe. But most men, we like to have particular women who are
of substance.
Thank you.
Standards.
Okay.
And
you got famous off of this on TikTok.
Viral.
Right to this right now.
So you got famous. So Marcus is very, very viral right now. TikTok viral.
I'm not. Don't look for me.
I was about to say, can y'all send that video link to me?
Oh, most definitely.
Well, I noticed that the link is gone.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I'll explain all that. It's fine.
He's like, we'll get to that.
Yeah. I just want to know.
When a man has high standards in a woman, or when he's searching for that bad, head B who in charge, what makes a girl, to you, Marcus, a bad itch?
HBIC is the proper acronym.
Oh yeah.
What makes a HBIC?
What?
What?
HBIC.
Yeah, I said that. Cool.
Head.
I was going on what she said.
Go ahead.
HBIC.
Just a woman who knows what she wants, got her head on straight, intelligent.
Wait, time out, pause.
Go ahead.
Can you give context of the story first? So what happened? What's their definition and what did you think it was?
All right, so boom, this what happened. I'm working from home at the crib, right? On TikTok.
Give us the play-by-play. So
so I'm scrolling on TikTok. A young lady puts up a post about saying, if from men out there, if you want to date me, that and I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what she said, but
I'll tell you exactly what she said.
Me too. Oh yeah,
my God!
I was mad at you. I was mad at you, bro.
Go ahead. Okay, so
what did she say?
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember word for
Mic
word.
check. So long story short, the girl got on and basically said, you know, if you're dealing with a bad you better be ready for this. And it like cuts.
Yeah.
Someone cuts in.
Marcus.
Yes.
Okay.
And proceeds to say, so.
I can tell my part.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, so she's saying about being a bad bitch and you know, if you can't handle me, this and that. So
what triggered you, Marcus?
It was just knee jerk, really. I mean, I was just bored. I mean, I was just what triggered me.
You didn't expect her to respond, huh?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't. What triggered me was the handle me part. So I was like, okay, if you're a woman and you want to consider yourself a bad bitch, that's cool. But it's like to tell a man like, well, I want a man, he got to be able to handle me. And I was like, well, what does that mean to me? Because like men aren't out here saying, yo, if she can't handle me, like, you know, she better step away. Like we can't get that off.
Yeah.
Right? Because right, we're to like, you know, that women are the prize, right? Men, we want the chase for that prize. So that's what triggered me. So I made a video in response, you know, saying that. I was like, hey, no disrespect, but you're not a zoo animal. Like, men shouldn't have to handle you, so on and so forth.
You ain't say that, bro.
That's not.
Well,
you ain't say that, bro.
Man, get to the point with what you said.
Say it, bro.
Okay.
Tell the part we want to hear.
So I was like,
tell the part we want to hear.
I was like, you know, I think I said grown men don't want a woman with that bad bitch mentality to have to pay for your lifestyle, you know.
Okay, now we getting to it.
Right.
Come on.
Paying for your hair and your nails.
There we go.
And
shoegaze,
all that.
Yep, that's
right. And so, so I cut it, I sent it, literally went right back to work. And to be honest, I really didn't think about it for the rest of the day till my girl got home. Yeah. And she was like, babe, they going in. I said, what you talking about? So I grabbed my phone because I don't have the TikTok notification set up because I'm not on there a lot.
The day you was.
The day you decided.
So I grabbed my phone and I'm seeing, I saw her rebuttal or her response and then all this stuff in the comments. I was like, shit. I was like, I ain't even trying to go through all of this. So
what was her rebuttal though?
It was simply, you don't want to go there with me.
I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch it.
I watched it.
That was what the rebuttal was. That's all she said. They got him in the comments.
Yeah.
Her little crew.
Yeah. So apparently, the girls got a big following. Cool. And so a lot of people jumped in on me. And so I was like, you know what? I said, I'm not trying to go back. I'm not trying to do this. So I erased it. Reason being was because I was getting too tempted to keep opening my phone and looking at the shit. I was like, I'm not trying to do it. Because once I responded to one comment, I would have to keep going.
Right.
It's a lose-lose. I don't win. Like, and then my thing is like, I'm a grown man. I don't know these women. Like, I'm not finna go back at them. They throwing all these insults. They don't know me. So it's not personal because they don't know me. So I didn't take it personal. I wasn't tripping.
Do you think you were misunderstood with what you were saying?
Facts, yes. Say yes.
Maybe so.
I also think it was misunderstanding what she was saying as far as being HBIC. I understood right away. You know,
what was she saying?
Women language, you know, I consider you, sis, to be a HBIC. You handle your business. You making moves. You running businesses. You're a very busy woman because you need to be very successful for yourself, not for anybody else.
Okay.
If a man wants to enter into your life, he's going to have to be able to handle you as in what you're already bringing. You, first off, you are the table. There is no bringing anything to the table. You are the table. And we already know that whatever you put on the table is going to multiply. Okay. So if the man steps to you, he needs to be able to handle that. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, from man's language, he just saw kind of like, I think, surface level. It's much more to the HBIC.
It was the handle me part that was my thing. Yeah. So if a woman wants to consider herself a bad B, by all means, I have no problem with that. It was just, he better be able to handle me.
The lashes and stuff just makes the HBIC look good.
China said it well. She said it very, very well. But from the outside looking in,
you
shouldn't have erased it. I wanted to comment.
I didn't know. I didn't want
So why
that.
should he have erased that? I want to hear that part.
Because
he didn't want to deal with that drama.
I mean, I was thinking that, but
Marcus was right in what he said. But like you said, he didn't want to get attacked. So for us men, all we see is visual, right? You see a woman, we like her, she looks good, blase, blase. Now she does everything else that you said that Ashley does that we don't know. All we see is how she looks. We like her because what? Her nails are done. Her hair is done. So if you want to date her, you also have to, if you want her to have that same lifestyle and that's your woman, she's a reflection of you, like vice versa. So you have to, depending on your financial situation, of course, you have to make sure her hair is done or her nails is done, or if you want her to look good, hey babe, we finna go out. If her nails are not done, pay for them. So in essence, if you want somebody who's a bad bitch, you have to maintain that same lifestyle. You can't date her and then just fall off the, you know what I'm saying? You can't fall off and not pay for nothing.
I like how you explained it.
I do too, but I think also, and maybe I didn't necessarily see her original clip, but I think it would be wise to unpack like what is a bad bitch to, like what's the definition of a bad bitch?
So everybody's like gonna have a different.
like what Marcus was saying, like, okay, well, what does that mean? Like handle me or whatever, because it's like, she may think she's a bad bitch, and then the next person may be like, you're average, you know? Like, and so is it a physical thing? Is it based off of, you know, her stature in terms of how much money she's making? Like, what is it? Because the things that you just named, like China was saying, those are just physical enhancements. Hair, nails, lashes. So then if someone comes back and say, well, if you don't have your hair done, your nails done, or your lashes done, then you're not a bad bitch. But then the next man can be like, oh, you know, I see how she moving. You know, she really in her bag. She a hustler. She getting to it. And I think like on the woman's side, if they're saying, I want a man that can handle me, some men can't handle like boss women, like just
the insecurity.
Why is that?
Ego.
I feel like some men can't handle it because there's this whole thing of like women nowadays not being submissive or not submitting to the man. And I mean, that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
Women are graduated more than men.
I mean, a lot of women are making more money than men too.
I also want to sue.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that.
And I'll admit, like I'm man enough to admit, like I worded it bad. I probably could have worded it better.
No, you didn't.
No, I'm just, for me, I feel like I literally like, that was one take. I didn't do it 2 or 3 times. I just
what you said was great, right? I mean, it was for us to decipher. Excuse me, it was for us to break it down and for us to understand on like our point of view. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So don't take it back. I was mad.
Here's the crazy thing about it.
I also was mad at you. Hold on, because I got a text at 7:00 in the morning from a chick. I'm thinking she's hitting me up. I see a link of you. I'm like, nigga, really?
But look though, so I took it down, right? Because I didn't want to deal with it. Cool. And I also like, look, so it was a Wednesday, right? Because I went to the gym. That very next day, that's why I found out Jace got COVID. I got a son. He's got a 10-year-old son. He caught COVID at school.
He's a good father.
So that really fucked me up. So I was like, that's why I really didn't give a fuck about it. I was like, this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm worried about him because he lives with his mother. And so I couldn't see him. He's quarantined.
Right.
But so I took it down. There was some ladies that took it upon themselves to go to my previous post on TikTok to throw shade and comments on there. So it was crazy. It was like women were on there.
They were trolling you for.
You should have gave it to me.
It was I had a video up of me working out in the gym, and it was full body. I was doing something, and I guess it was a lady because they had no profile picture, no post. They was like, now you need to go work on your calves. So I was like, how do I respond to that? I don't even know if you're a man or a woman or what you look like.
How do I respond to that?
Right. It was women in there talking about my hair. Oh, like
we're trying to tell you apart, man.
Right. Like I got plenty of hair, thanks. Like it was a woman in there that was like,
that's funny though.
That was like, do you like white women? And then another woman took it upon herself to answer, he do. I was like, wait. I don't know where they got that from what I said, right? So it was just a lot of that. It was women was like, I wonder what his baby mama looked like. Wow. So that's what I was saying. I was like, I wasn't gonna respond because like it would have gotten me nowhere. It was a lose-lose. I would have had to keep responding to a bunch of women that I don't know that have.
She grew into a virus very fast.
Right. So that's why I was just like,
you should have sent it to your brothers.
Yeah.
They will take care of you.
So that's
we hold the fort down all the time.
So I was like, damn. I was like, this shit is crazy. And I ain't gonna lie. When you hit me, so I did feel a little bit better. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, damn, he's seen it.
You should have hit me initially. I'm your PR man.
I was about to say this to PR.
I'm your PR man.
But yeah, but in hindsight, could I have worded it better? Probably so. But it's out there. It is what it is, and I just let it die down and let it.
In y'all dating life right now, can men handle y'all, or can they support y'all lifestyle, or however we want to phrase it? Oh shit, that face you got.
The look at each other should say it all. I would personally say, well, I can almost speak for you and say definitely not for you. Certainly, probably not for me. I'm a parent as well.
How so? Why do you think a man? You say probably can't handle you?
Well, for starters, when you're a parent, your label, that's kind of like your first label out of many titles.
Your child comes first.
You're always mom and dad.
Yes, you're always mom and dad. Yeah. So that's the first thing. Now, real men are not scared of a woman with a child. That's not an issue. And no disrespect to anybody saying, I'm a real man. Real men ain't scared of a woman with a child, period. But outside of that, like I'm trying to, get my own businesses off the ground, finish school, and I also work a full-time job. So it's a lot. And my time is not, what should I say?
This is my PR person. Wait a minute.
Should I say that?
It's a simple question. Yes or no?
Am I actively dating? So yes, I am actively dating.
I would say you're getting back into the dating scene.
Yeah, I got my big toe in the pool. Like,
so you have a team,
like dating apps, or you just going out putting yourself out there?
I tried the dating app initially, and that's just tell us which one.
I'll try one.
I was actually using Hinge. Hated it.
Wow.
Hated it.
It was bad
because it initiates a conversation, and then of course, like a lot of like messaging apps, they just kind of disappear, unless they're like coming back to the app, or like you said, unless your notifications are set up. And I ain't gonna lie, mine were not. So when people were messaging me, I'm like, oh, that's 2 weeks ago, my bad. It's dead now, whatever it was. So I'm a very in-person type of girl. I really like that bodily connection in person, feeling the warmth kind of coming off of a person, their personality.
Energy.
Yeah, their energy.
Their energy too.
I really like that. And being on a computer, just behind something
on the phone.
That stuff is just so generic.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
No,
I just have one quick question before we go on to something else. Do y'all feel like as women, as Black women, that there is a disconnect in this day and age between Black men and Black women in the dating scene? Like, is there a huge disconnect? Like, as far as we're not on the same page with our wants and needs and what we think the other person should do or be. Y'all think it's a disconnect?
Absolutely.
do.
Immediately, yes.
Okay.
You got on the same shirt, the same pants, the same voice.
We think like
we're 3 days apart, literally.
Why do you think that is?
So the reason why I feel, you said there a disconnect, right? So I believe that there's a disconnect simply because there's so many different influences and variables that we now are exposed to that we didn't used to be exposed to. I mean, social media. There we go.
That's the big one.
Okay, yes. So social media, it puts like, you see the celebrity relationships and, you know, how many times do y'all hear people talking about Russell Wilson and Sierra? We was talking about them today, and then it just builds up this thing, this idea or this notion, like for women, some women may think like, okay, well, that's what marriage is. Like, that's what I see. They look happy. They look successful. So then they meet a man that is not Russell Wilson. And now it's like you're automatically putting these expectations on this man. And then I feel like men, they can see all this stuff with women out there putting, their bodies on the gram. And then it's like, now I feel like natural women who, are just, they're natural. It's
like, not forget the what you doing every other minute.
Social media has ruined the dating pool.
It has.
Went on a date, went to the Rockets game. It was cool. I had rekindled with somebody. Who said,
y'all ran into each other at the game or what?
Nah, we had rekindled, and I said, "Hey, let's go on a date."
Y'all went to the game for a date. Okay.
And I said, "Hey, let's go to Rockets game." Cool. We went to Rockets game. Mind you, I'm trying to get back in the door, or I was at that time, and there were some guys in front of us, and they took pictures or whatnot, and like a video, and we were chilling watching the game, and she sees that, and she's like, "Hey, how come you haven't get your phone yet and take a picture of us? We're not together yet." You know what I'm saying? Why would I post you? Like, fam.
Why would I take a picture of you?
So
that goes to Marcus's point.
It put me in a bad situation.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wanted to, but at the same time, we're not even good yet.
Like, we started
It's
over.
a force.
Exactly.
We're not picking up where we left off.
I don't even really know you anymore.
And to me, that's just
let's start
awkward.
with that.
Yeah.
Rekindling, you're rekindling with someone, and how long ago was this? When was the last time previous to that?
Like, what was the space that y'all had?
Can you help me out so I won't mess up?
Like, how long were y'all not speaking or
you
talking?
Doing too much.
You gotta.
You doing too
like,
much.
was it years, months? What?
I can't think of it.
Was it years or months?
Months.
Did you take multiple ones to the Rockets game or something?
No.
He's trying to keep his timeline together anyway.
He don't want to get exposed. Like, hold on, did y'all see what he said? Because I was talking to him at that time, so he was trying to rekindle something.
No. It wasn't that. I just want to make sure my timeline is accurate.
Clean it up, E.
Months is still long enough for someone to change.
Most
so
definitely.
That's why I'm saying you don't even know her for her to be saying, "Take my picture."
But I blame social media for that, though. And don't never go on a app called Black Gentry.
Black Entry?
No, Black Gentry.
Gentry.
Yeah.
I think it's Gentry.
Gentry? Oh.
Right, yeah, Gentry.
Horrible.
Do you feel like, sis, it's a disconnect between black men and black women?
Absolutely. Part of the problem is like the expectation that the person has when they go into dating is not clear. You just like meet up with someone. Let's go do this together. Okay. We're going to do this together for what? Should have been the next question. Like, before, there should have been some preliminary conversation going on there before y'all got there in person. Unless that was not of interest to you, which it might not have.
It was.
Okay. So it was, but it sounded like even then, it's like, okay, we need to figure out what are we trying to do before we even step out in public? Is this worth stepping out of public, or can we stay in the DMs for another 6 months? Do we need to go there? Because soon as you get out in a public place and things start to present themselves that were not previously discussed, now people feelings hurt because she probably was like, I ain't like, he don't want to take no picture with me. Why not? But in your head, you're like, why would I? Where did you get it from that I wanted to do that?
But there's again a disconnect because
I think
that's what I'm saying.
To be fair, I'm the one who asked to come back.
Yeah.
To give her credit.
Tried to
I figured
rekindle.
Yeah. So,
but she had expectations, and then that you were not aware of.
Well, no, I knew, but not that day though. Like we're still.
I ain't think it was gonna be
that day. Like, fam, we're having a good time, like always, but we're still not a couple. We're just trying to get back where we used to.
Were y'all a couple before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem. Even if you said, well, not right now. No, we've been together. I already know you. For the most part, you may have slightly changed.
Yeah.
But I kind of know you. I know like how you walk more on that one left leg than the other leg and what you like on your hot dog. I know you. Yeah. So when she went with you, it was like, what's the deal? What's the deal with us not taking a picture? So for you, there were lines. There were small little narrow lines in place that you wasn't ready to cross.
Or maybe P just wanted to kind of ease back into it. Take things a little.
Did you tell her that?
A little slow.
Did you tell her that?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
No, you ain't
I did.
Why you say kind of?
Verbatim or did you?
Thank you.
Whose side you on, fam?
No, I'm on yours.
He on the right side.
I'm on yours.
Help me.
I am.
No, because we're going to talk about this. You say it's a disconnect. You say it's a disconnect.
No.
Let's get to the bottom.
No. Me and her had a very good talk a week before. So I just didn't know that the men in front of me were going to cause an effect and get me in trouble.
No, you did not put that on another brotherly man.
I did.
Now, where's the love? Now.
So, it is what it is.
That's about to say something, y'all. What you about to say,
you got, Marcus?
Oh, no, I was going to say, I think sometimes us as men, we make we make things more difficult than they should be. I mean, example.
Oh, Marcus, yes.
Well, no, because I
appreciate you for that.
You know, look, I'm equal. So if I'm gonna, you know, get on women and I'm gonna get on men too. So I got one of my homeboys that I work out with.
Should have me.
What'd he say?
He's still shaming you about TikTok.
We need that. That's cool. We need the TikTok Marcus back.
So I got a homeboy that I work out with, and we was on the phone a couple days ago. He was like, he said he went on a date with a woman. Well, I won't even really call it a date. They went to Urban Social.
My spot.
Right?
My spot.
So they went there.
What you mean? Oh gosh.
He was like, he said the tab came, it was like $100. He paid. So he was like, hey, he asked her, did she want to go to another spot? He was like, cool, let's go. And he was like, he said, Marcus, I threw something out there just to test her.
Oh gosh.
He was like, all right.
Because we know y'all gonna try to test the woman.
He was like, all right, so next round on you. And he said that she felt the same way. I said, nigga,
that was
what
the
did
first
you
date?
expect? No. Oh.
But did he whether if it was first date or second date, did he initiate the date?
How she
did
look?
he ask her out?
Yeah, he did. So, and I said, bro, what did you expect? I said, you never asked her, even if you playing it, why would you test her like that? So you never tell a woman.
We like to call that playing games.
First of all, he made a mistake. The first date should have been Urban Social.
Thank you. Ding, ding, ding.
I love Urban Social. I'm not gonna take a chick.
It's a vibe,
I can't confirm if it was first or not, so I don't want to get the facts wrong. I can't confirm that, but I just remember we was on the phone and he said that they went to Urban Social. Tab was like $100. He paid it. He asked if she want to go somewhere else. They went. Well, they were going. He jokingly asked her that. I said, bro, you can't joke like that with a woman. Like, of course she was gonna feel a certain type of way. You asked her out, then you invited her to another place. I was just trying to see what her head was. Why, nigga? Like, so that's why I said, like, sometimes men do make, and I'm not gonna say his name. He's my boy, and I told him, you know, he was wrong. So he understood once I told him. So, but yeah, it's like sometimes men do make things harder, more difficult.
How long has he been single?
He been a little minute.
That's why, okay.
It's been a little minute.
One thing I do want to say before we wrap up this topic, another thing that I also want to say, and that needs to be acknowledged, is the fact that we can't put the full blame or fault on one, you know, sex, like the man or the woman, because I think experiences also play a huge part in that disconnect, because that he may be used to women who certain shit that he's done, those women have let it pass. Like, you know, like they give him passes on it, or nobody's checked him on it. Or maybe he didn't have a homeboy like you check him on it. So he thinking.
This is what I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
This is what he literally told me. So he's dating, he's actively dating. He was like, man, I think my problem is I like the thrill of the chase, but then once I get it, it's like I go numb. I don't. So that's kind of.
How old is he?
The phase. He probably maybe 34, 35.
Grow up.
I was going to say, it's giving.
But that's just,
we don't really know what we want yet.
Yeah, that's what he told me. Like, right
no
now,
offense to him, but I mean,
he's like, he was like, he likes the thrill of the chase. And basically, like once I get it, he's like, I'm just kind of, I get bored quickly. So, I mean,
he's one fuck buddy.
Oh, not the jerk bag.
I'm going to say this before we move on. Kind of just like that. I've never had a chick ever pay for me on a date. I reposted that Justin LaBoy. Never had a chick take me out before. Never.
Okay, but let's hear from the man. Do y'all, and I want y'all to be honest, because I was talking with a colleague today, and he said, Ashley, y'all should talk about this on y'all's show. He said, maybe y'all should have a show that says, how do men want to be treated? Like, because he said we always talk about how women want to be treated and what men should do for the women, how we got to open y'all's doors, we got to buy y'all flowers, we got to be chivalrous, all this stuff. But what about us? How do we want to be treated? And so I want to know, do men, I've only met one guy that I went on a date with, and he literally, like, the things that he would do, those sweet little gestures, he wanted me to do them to him.
Yeah.
Like, and so you know, I guess it wasn't something I've ever been used to because no man has ever, not to say I wouldn't do nice things or kind things or sweet things for a guy I'm interested in, but I do be wondering, like, do men sit back and be like, well, shit, I want somebody to take me out to eat?
I'll be honest, yo. Hold on.
No,
I'm very, very simple. If she is willing to take the time to learn how to cook African food for me, oh, she got me for life. Oh, I'm done. I'm changing my phone number.
See, with men, I've noticed it's always that act of service that does it. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So even if it's not taking you out to eat, if you show up to the house with food, because I've done that in a previous relationship. My guy who I was with at the time, he was very adamant. He didn't like me paying for stuff. He didn't want me to go out my way and like, okay, you know, I'm hungry. I'm gonna just go ahead and get. No. I'll do the mobile order and then you can pick it up. And he would not let me pay. One day I surprised him and brought food. He was like, you did not have to do that. He said it like 10 times. Why did you do that? I could have gave you the call. I was like, but I wanted to do that. You do so much for me. Yeah. This is little. This is probably little on the scale of how I can show you I'm thankful for you for everything.
It's a small thing, yo. I pay attention to that. So
we're simple for the most part.
Agree.
We're hungry, feed us. Right? You know what I'm saying?
So then let's get to it real quick then. Let's talk about Kevin Samuels. R.I.P. real quick.
Yeah, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels.
And what we're talking about.
That's still crazy.
Exactly. What we're talking about right now kind of pushes him forward. He's to me, I think he's somebody, I never like looked at him as far as almighty, but in terms of his age and how he got to where he was, the man is a genius.
He was in his 50s, right?
He was like 52.
Early 50s.
And people forget, and like, you know this, I love cologne. So he started off talking about cologne. Nobody listened to him. Like nobody. That's true. Then he started talking about men.
He was online for 5 years, mostly talking to men before people started noticing him. It wasn't until he went viral with that one young lady where he said she was average at best. That's when he went viral and catapulted. Took off. And then I guess he saw a need to say, okay, well, let me start addressing men and women. Right. So I saw that. Somebody said it online. I was like, yeah. He was online for 5 years before people noticed him.
Even longer than that.
Know that.
I asked y'all, because of course y'all are women, how do y'all feel about Kevin Samuels? As far as, do you think he spoke the truth? Or people just didn't want to hear him? Or he was full of BS?
So yeah, I'll go first. The way I discovered Kevin Samuels was based off of that video that had went viral with the young lady. And I think naturally, if I'm speaking honestly, I started to gravitate just to a lot of the noise that I would hear that people would say about him and how he had this stigma on like women or how he talked down on certain women. But when I did take the time to go back and watch, you know, some of his videos and his lives and things like that, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I don't agree with everything that he was saying, but I feel like some of the stuff did, you know, it does make you think like, okay, and reflect like, that makes sense. So that's kind of just, I wouldn't say like everything he was saying was all bad. Okay. Or he was just bashing women. Maybe the delivery probably wasn't the best a lot of the time.
Sometimes you need that.
A lot of people... you know, didn't like him because of his delivery or his tone.
Right, you need that sometimes.
Sometimes it was the delivery a lot of times.
My mom is my mom is my best friend. I'm sorry. So I don't like yes men. You know what I'm saying? If I know that I'm wrong and I know I'm wrong, but you still say, hey, say P, like you did good, nigga, I know I'm wrong. You feel me? My mom is the only person to this day that will tell me about myself like in a bad way to make me want to hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that though. It's her delivery. Don't never sugarcoat. You know what I'm saying? Tell me black and white.
I don't believe that it was his delivery. I think it literally was just straight up the stuff he would say to people. Like he was like, girl, you a 6. And it's like, what does that have to do with delivery? Now if he was like, you know what? Women. I think you should improve your dress wear. You should da-da-da-da-da. And you could really take off in the dating scene.
But sis, listen to what you just said. You just said, girl, you a 6. But then you just said, well, if he would have been like, well, maybe this is what will, you know, it's the delivery.
Okay, so when I think delivery, I think about,
well,
I was going to say,
it's not about what you're saying, it's how you're saying. I could be like, I mean, the outfit cool. But if I was just like, oh, I really do like that. I like how you put these two pieces together. It's the delivery. It's more receiving, right? Versus the other person on the live and, they're calling in to him, or they're engaging or sending a request to be on his live. Right. And then now that he's telling you his truth or his opinion openly, which he has the right to do, you're receiving it. It's all about perspective and how you're receiving it, because somebody could take exactly what he said and not be bothered, but then somebody else could be like, who is this guy,
Right.
It's just the crazy thing is that from the times that I watched his shows, the women are calling into him.
Right.
So it's not like he's going out soliciting these women.
And the quality of women too, on top of that.
They're calling in or hopping on his stream and telling their stories, and then waiting on, expecting his opinion, and then he would give it, and
then they get an attitude.
Right.
A lot of that was for clout, I feel.
And just like you said, I didn't agree with everything he said, but he definitely has some good points. I don't think, when he passed, I saw a lot of the hate.
Yeah, I researched it.
It was sad. Like his that's how his
people were rude.
His mother found out online. Could you imagine that, bro?
What?
Like his mother. That's how she found out he died online.
Because it was leaked. The police report got leaked, of course, about them showing up to.
It's how he died too. God,
right.
dog.
How did they say he had a heart attack? Or
he did, but he was in the middle of
allegedly. It must have been good. God, dog.
Because it sent him on to Jesus.
He had a heart attack in the bed with a woman,
and the woman,
she had to report it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And I just think it was real nasty. The reaction that a lot of women and men too. I seen dudes online that was praising that he died too. I was like, yo, this is real nasty.
I will say one thing real quick. A lot of people's
character was exposed with that.
One of my biggest fears is dying alone. I never want to die and somebody has to find me. Like I'm no call, no text.
Yeah.
I'd rather, me live with somebody or my daughter come find me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be found by myself, y'all.
Yeah.
That shit would hurt me even after I die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I think it's tough on your family too, your loved ones. My grandmother, she died alone, and I was like, dang, I just kept visualizing when I saw her body there. Like, I just kept visualizing, like, dang, I wonder what was, like, did she struggle? Did she try to reach for the phone? Or,
exactly.
What happened, So I definitely agree with you. I wouldn't want that experience either.
I saw a lot of the trigger words of misogynistic and karma. I said, yo, that's not karma.
That was not
y'all know
karma.
the difference?
Right.
Yeah.
Misogynistic, if you look up misogynistic, it is the prejudice towards women. That is the definition of misogynistic if you Google it.
Okay, Googles.
No, it is. And I don't.
You was prepared for this, huh?
Well, he was ready.
A lot of people saying that. So it's like, okay. Yeah. People saying he was misogynistic.
People be throwing words around, don't know what they mean.
Right. I don't think he was prejudiced towards women.
I don't think so either. Because like you said, he
but
talked
that
to
word just kept getting thrown around. People was look at God. No, don't bring God into this.
Right.
Yo,
look at you.
Yeah.
Come on, look at God.
Don't bring God into this. No, that's you. Yeah. So it was.
The point I began to really appreciate him is when I did start coming across clips from his channel where he did actually speak up in regards to women. That's when I was like, you know what? All right. And I was like, I listened to the hoopla and I'm like, man, he trash, But then when I finally saw a real good clip of him, make your own, he literally was saying something like that. He was like, ladies, this is what you got to do. You going to get you a high value woman or a high value man. Yeah. This is what you got to do. You got to do. And I was like,
yeah.
All right.
You want a high value man. Well, this is what that high value man wants. Are you that? Yes or no?
Yeah.
And it's just, I guess him holding up that mirror to women and saying, this is your reality. It didn't sit well. And it's one thing, like, if you disagree with somebody's opinion on their platform, that's cool.
Right.
But then to spit on the man grave before he in the ground, that's another thing.
They want a Twitter tussle. Behind the whole thing. I like that he was there for men and women.
Before we go real quick, how y'all feel about Keisha Cole?
Okay, y'all gotta feel me because I saw one clip, but I don't
before we go.
So,
fill me in, please.
Long story short.
Go ahead.
First of all, The man's a clown.
Facts.
Period. He's a clown.
What does he do, y'all? Is he an athlete?
Yeah.
He plays NFL.
Okay.
He
ex-football player.
He said he don't want to go back to the NFL.
Now musician.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's why I was like, I know him as a rapper.
Yeah, okay. He linked up with Kanye.
He threw a bag of dicks. I am being honest.
Okay, hold on. That was
being honest.
Let her explain because I really don't know. But we'll get. Let her explain first.
So
that was like a year ago. So let her explain.
Okay, come on.
He threw it back.
We jumping ahead.
Right.
Oh no.
Behind actually. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The thing, man. Poor Keisha. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I'm gonna give it to Antonio Brown. Whatever he threw down on her made her goofy
in a
for
couple
a little
of days.
second. Mm-hmm. She tatted his initials.
The initials.
On the back,
That's
right?
the first.
No, it was the back.
In the back.
Yeah.
The
AB.
She tatted his initials.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay,
bro.
And then she gets on social media showing it off and then going in saying, I miss you this, I miss you that. And then they did some music video or something together.
Mm-hmm.
He comes around and basically gets on live and starts saying, don't believe nothing y'all hearing. I don't belong to nobody but
He's a
God.
free agent.
Yeah,
he
like,
dragged
keep
her.
my
He
name out
was
your
like,
mouth. I'm like,
don't nobody want Keisha Cole.
Woo.
That's literally what he said.
Yeah.
Didn't he do that like in front of her? Like, I
know for sure on social media.
It was
on
like
IG
I think on his Snapchat too. Like he typed it out and he was live and he said it too, so you could vocally hear him saying it.
I have a question. Have y'all ever dated a man and he's done something similar to that? To y'all?
No.
I think as a man, you should never disrespect your woman in public. Like, there's no reason to ever for a man to do that.
You should never disrespect a woman in public.
Absolutely.
Big facts.
But yeah, to speak to your own people as well, like, that's a black man doing that to a black woman.
But how do y'all feel though? Because I was looking at some of her comments because she's been doing some interesting things recently. Like, she's just been like, when she goes to work out and stuff, you know, it's like she had literally propped her phone up. And I get it, you know, we're in social media. If it's not happening if you're not showing it type stuff. Mm-hmm. But she literally was setting her phone up and she wanted to show you her like dancing on the Stepmaster and stuff like that. And so I was looking at her comments and people were like, man, she's really depressed. You know, she had like 2 major deaths in her family.
Like 4. The grandmother,
her mom,
the dog, and it was somebody else too. No, her dog. No, I swear.
Yeah, it was her. I remember her dog.
Really?
But she responded to one of the comments and somebody was like, man, she's really dealing with depression, y'all. And she's just trying her best to cope. And she came back and she was like, I really am. And so I think it's like with her dating of men or her
fell victim to the
yes, I'm just like maybe that's why she kind of feel.
What you want to say, P?
When I slid into Keisha Cole's DMs back in 2017.
Wow, did you really?
I did. No, real talk, bro.
Was that necessary right now?
It was. That was my whole season.
Was it relevant to the story?
That was my whole season. You know what I'm saying? And Keisha Cole, you know, you could have a good one, but you know,
is she still with him?
Hell no.
Okay, I didn't know. I was asking.
She came back and responded when
she dated Booby for a little bit.
When she when after he dissed her and was like, don't nobody want her, she came back and she was kind of just like, I don't deserve this disrespect and like, how could you do something like that to somebody?
She is one of the top R&B divas, and the fact that he like wrote on her name like that is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't care. I don't care how you shape it.
That was whack.
2017, don't talk because you was trying. Look, Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole.
We love you, Keisha.
We love you,
but you know what's crazy though? That happened and they're broken up good. That you know, he gonna get another woman.
Of course,
a woman that's gonna know what happened and gonna still date him.
Yeah, but do y'all blame her? Because I saw a lot of men also dragging her like that's what her ass gets. She dumb, like, and I be feeling like some
that's
guys.
Some little boy shit.
I don't know her,
like,
so I can't. Nah.
But if you did know her,
that's not my.
She don't deserve.
Nobody deserves that.
He is in a space in his life where he's all for clout and attention. I think he's still not over everything he's been through with these NFL teams and dealing with his family issues.
They gonna blame CTE.
Exactly. And he's got a crew of people around him that is a bunch of yes men. Cause like you going back to the bag of dicks, right? That's some
bag of dicks.
If that's my boy or if that's me and I got boys, I'm like, yo. Bro, you don't do that.
Marcus, if I ever throw a bag of dicks at a girl, check me, bro.
So do y'all know the story?
No, explain the bag of dicks.
He threw a bag of dicks at one of his
Candy dicks.
baby's mamas, right?
Candy. It was Candy.
One of his baby moms?
Yeah.
The baby mama.
I think he only has one. I'm sorry.
The baby mama, yeah. One.
Were these candy dicks?
Yeah, it was Candy.
Like, would they probably have at sex parties?
I think she showed up to his house unannounced. And an argument ensued.
And he threw a bag of dicks and he left her on the side of the street. And then she
was like, yeah.
And then she recorded herself. She recorded herself at the playground with the kids should have been at school and they were playing around. So she got criticized. Yeah. How come the kids are outside of school? Blase, blase. And Antonio Brown was in his house laughing, having a good time with a bag of dicks. So yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy and I'm not hating. Athletes and rappers get so many passes with like, look at the baby. Had a child with Danny Lee.
Oh my God. He did her so.
So you see what I'm saying? It's like
it's so sad. They
get passes. I get it, the fame and the money.
Let's be honest, yo. Everybody trying to
But it's like they don't care how they just dogging these women.
But we can take this even in like the workplace. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get places, y'all. Sometimes.
So you saying like
even in the workplace,
a woman putting up with that?
I'm not saying all of that, but sometimes if you want to get somewhere, you gotta do what you gotta do, y'all.
Are you speaking on the man side or the woman side?
On like both sides.
So you're saying, okay.
In terms for her, I didn't know who she was, to be honest with you.
Danny Lay?
Yeah.
She's a singer.
I don't watch TV.
She went
like
viral
that.
doing that little, y'all know when they had the little car challenge where you was dancing to the Chris Brown song with the door open? Y'all remember that challenge?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I forgot what song it was, but you'd have the car driving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's how Danny Lay was.
See, but I didn't know who she was though. So now I know who she is because that's the baby mama of But sometimes if you want to get a promotion, you gotta, do what you gotta do. Sometimes
you ain't gotta take a baby out with you.
That's a different type of promotion. You don't.
It's a lifelong promotion. Dirt.
I don't know. I don't think if I just to tell women because some women feel like they don't deserve better.
You better tell Future that.
Like in Keisha Cole's case, maybe.
Sure, and Danny
if she was if she was in a dark place and that dark place took her to Antonio Brown, somebody needs to tell her, you deserve better. And I'm glad she left him. I was, like I said, I didn't know what happened, but I'm glad she's not with him because.
But let's not I like what you said when you said these rappers and athletes get a pass because here's the thing. These men know what they're doing because you're dogging her out.
Facts.
You saying you didn't want her, but you wasn't saying that when you wanted her, right?
When was up in it.
when you knocked her up, the baby, he was all on Danny.
I hate to say this, but I think
I
think y'all can probably speak to it. I think certain men have a certain type of detection system. They can pick up on women that they
prey
can
on
really get away
women.
with. It's like a pheromone that come off this one?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm finna turn her into a pretzel.
Absolutely.
You can just tell, and when I see what happened with Danny Lay, and that's just me watching, not being there.
She was
when
really
I seen what she was really putting up with. Because I'm going to say put up. I'm like, anytime she could have walked out the door. Because this was going on live. I can remember tuning in because I'm being nosy. I'm like, what Danny Lay doing? And I see
I didn't even see the actual live. What did he do?
Baby, she's in the baby's house. Yeah. And he's sitting down.
They were in a hotel.
This girl, they somewhere.
Ago, right?
And he's on live with her behind him. And he's like, this girl crazy. We ain't together. She ain't nobody. She ain't nothing. And she stop. Why would you say that? You wasn't saying him. You was all in me. And I'm like, girl, why? Still there. So some of it, a whole lot of it is on the man. But I really just hurt for my women that, get subjugated to that. You know? It's girl, get out of there, please.
I gotta go ahead.
I was gonna say because women, they have the power.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, and I always take it back to
girl, treat me right. I'm gonna jump quick.
Future.
I'm gonna jump.
Future, what he got? 8 kids, 8 women.
Well, I'm so glad you brought him up.
It's
and counting.
Okay, 1, all right, 2. I have. So I don't know if y'all know. I have 2 kids. So I have a son with a woman, and then I have a newborn with my girl that I'm with.
Oh, congrats!
He's a good father. He's a great father.
Thank you. So do I have 2 baby mamas?
Yes.
Okay. But 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7 and 8. Like y'all knew better. Y'all knew.
True.
Y'all knew. So it's like that's on them. To me.
Normally, we always end the show on a word or whatnot. I'm gonna let y'all end it though. What y'all want to end it with? Future?
Oh, what you on a word? On a word.
Close us out. Close us out.
Close us
out.
Home. Close us out.
You know,
take us home. Home run.
I mean, we talked about a lot today, so I'll just say, we definitely covered a lot of ground. I enjoyed my first time here at the Social Complex, so thank you guys.
We gotta bring y'all back.
We will definitely be back.
Yeah, we
gotta have y'all on ActUp.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can get to a lot more. We can get deep with some stuff.
We can get real deep, okay? Because we keep it real, raw, and relatable, okay?
For the culture.
That's right. So
I like that.
Thank you, guys. Go ahead, sis.
I mean, shoot, you pretty much summed it up. Ain't
man, you don't say something real quick.
What you want me to say, man? What you want me to say?
Man?
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all.
Give everybody, like y'all. She
gotta be on Houston up.
They can find y'all.
Okay, sure.
What
was that? Well, you can find me personally at China Marina. That's with a Y and 2 N's. Mm-hmm. And our page collectively, the podcast ActUp is going to be actup.podcast, and that's with 2 P's.
That's right.
Okay.
And we'll make sure that the guys have it tagged as well.
Absolutely. And so we're going to close out. I just wanted to say real quick before we go, I just wanted to give our prayers and condolences to the families and victims of these recent mass shootings in Buffalo, New York.
So sad.
And Uvalde, Texas. I pray we sending you prayers and strength and healing energy. So, crazy.
To the young man that got shot by the police, please.
Hug your kids, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them. So,
tighter every day.
Absolutely.
Yes, love on them.
Like, remember.
As I always end it, Mama, I love you. Raina, I love you.
Peace.